Must be a slow day in the news world. You got the O-line guy here.
Coach, oftentimes when a defensive lineman moves the offensive line, it's an awkward transition. What have you seen from Antonio Rouse during his move and his maturation?
Yeah, it's been like putting flower seeds in a pot, and you put some water on it and you watch it grow. And first you just kind of see little leaves sticking up above the dirt, and now I'm actually starting to see a little bud of a flower coming. So he's really done a good job. It was awkward at first for him to come over and learn the basic fundamentals of really the mindset of being an offensive lineman, and we got that accomplished through most of last year, and so he was able to start this spring kind of with a clean slate of knowing what to expect. When he first came over, everything that hit him was brand new, and so I see him do new and better things every day, and that's a pretty cool thing to watch happen too. He has things happen to him that he hasn't had experience at, so as he gains that experience, he knows how to handle those situations.
How did that move get brought up first?
I can't even remember what all the circumstances were that surrounded that, whether it was our numbers or their numbers or what happened, but I think somebody might have flinched in the staff room, and I reached out and grabbed him when they flinched. So I'm always looking for somebody with that kind of body type.
How are you dealing with the number issues?
We're doing good. All the guys out there are getting plenty of reps and plenty of turns, and I'm getting plenty of opportunities to coach, and we're all having a really good time. The guys have really locked arms and realized that every man out there has to be a part of what we're doing, and they're fighting their way through it and doing a really good job.
Do you go into scrimmage or full contact with your fingers crossed?
Well, every time there's a pile, I turn and look the other way and then look for the huddle. So, no, they really have. The thing about this group of guys is they care about each other and they care about the team. They fight their way through tough times, and that's how you build a foundation of a football team. And that's really what we're doing right now at all positions, and it's really exciting to watch because at some point in the season, this toughness foundation is going to be what carries us, and we're learning all about that right now.
How do you evaluate what Travaris Dorsey's been so far?
I think a pleasant surprise. He continues to gain knowledge of the offense, and I think all those young guys right now, it's really a struggle from a coaching aspect because you want to teach fundamental techniques, how to strike, how to come off the ball, how to get in the right pass protection position, how to exchange guys at the line of scrimmage, all of those fundamental things. But then you also have to teach assignments. And so all of those things kind of come together at one time, and sorting them out is where we are right now. And really, Dorsey at the start was struggling with some of the offense, and I think this second week into it, it's starting to make sense to him, and I'm starting to see more of his athletic ability and more of his strength, and so I'm encouraged with what he's been able to do.
What's the situation looking like with center right now, especially with Tripp being out during spring? How have you been rotating? And
Cam Dillard has stepped in there and really has taken charge of that position. That's a leadership position. When I came in here last year, we had graduated a senior, and we moved Max in there, and he had never snapped before, and we spent all spring chasing the ball all over the field, and so now that he's gone, now Cam moves in there, and he's really done a good job of delivering the football and really taking charge of the offensive line in a leadership role. That center position is so critical to us because he controls the ID of the front, and he sets the blocking scheme for the front, and that guy has to understand football, and he has to understand me and what I'm expecting from him. And he's done a good job of that. Nick Davis has worked in there. Antonio Riles has worked in there. And at some point, probably I'll have everybody in there, plus my graduate assistant. We'll all be taking snaps.
Did you evaluate what David Sharp's done for this point in spring practice?
Evaluate David?
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk about comfort to look out there and see a guy with his kind of size, and at some point the a shadow kind of comes over the practice field, and I think it's getting ready to rain, and it's just him walking past me, you know. And, he is really starting to develop a personality that is expressive, all right? I think he spent most of last year just trying to figure out what to do, was very reserved in what in his ability to communicate at the line of scrimmage, so he's learning how to communicate. He's got a very gifted athlete at tackle, and so we just have to refine his skills so that the things that he's really good at, we continue to grow at, but the things that he needs help with, we need to continue to put him in the right position. But I'm excited about what he can be. He's everything that you would want to have in a young offensive lineman.